Welcome to Best Binocular Reviews on what must be said is a rather cold, damp and misty morning here. In today's video I'm going to be taking a look at most of the external features of these new Snypex Night ED 8x42 binoculars. For the full review, please be sure to click on the link either in this video or in the description below. That'll take you through to the website where you can get a far more in-depth look at these binoculars and all the features internally and not just the external features, which I'm going to go over in this video now. The eyepiece or rain guard cover is fairly typical for on a pair of binoculars like these, in that it's made out of a soft sort of rubberized material. As you can see, they fit nice and securely over the actual eye cups themselves, so it shouldn't come away too easily by accident. A point that I do like, and which is sometimes missed by manufacturers, is that it has a flexible bridge in between the two cups themselves. This just allows you to store them on the binocular, no matter what IPD setting you have your binoculars at. I quite like the objective lens covers on these Snypex binoculars, in that, as you can see, they're also made out of a soft rubber material, but they fit really well into the ends of the barrels, and I'm going to emphasize the word into the ends. Quite a few binoculars that I come across, the objective lens covers fit over the ends of the barrels, which just doesn't look quite as clean or as nice as these, and sometimes don't fit as well, and so fall away quite easily. These fit really well into the ends of the barrels, and as you can see, they are tethered to the actual binocular itself with this separate ring, a rubberized ring around the barrel. So whilst you're glassing, they just hang down below the binoculars, completely out of the way, and then when you're finished, they're always handy to quickly replace like that. If for any reason this should bother you in any way, you can quite easily just remove them and put this away in your bag. I just want to talk a little bit about the actual body and the overall shape of these binoculars. As you can see, they have an open bridge design. The actual chassis itself is made from a combination of magnesium and aluminium parts. This being sort of the standard, the highest standard that you can get. I mean, many binoculars these days will have plastic shells, which are lighter, but obviously much cheaper to produce and not quite as robust or as higher quality as a magnesium chassis. The open bridge design, I quite like, in the fact that it opens up quite a lot of the front end of these barrels to allow you to quite easily, to give just more space for you to hold on to when you're actually glassing, but also when you're just carrying them around, sort of something like this in the field. You have a nice place over here to get a really sturdy grip on them. Also to mention, as you can see here, all the metallic parts around the edges. Many binoculars will use plastic, so it's just nice to see, and they just look really great. The objective lenses, the 42mm objective lenses, I don't know if you can see in the video. Let's put on that angle over here. As you can see, they're set quite far back, not as deep as some, but deeply enough, I would say, from the ends of the barrels. This sort of set back over here just adds a level of protection to the glass, not when you're walking around, so maybe through thick undergrowth or the like, but just say you put your binoculars face down on a table or something, not returning the dust caps, which you should always do, but just say you forget, it'll just give them a little level of protection in case there was some sand or something on the actual table itself. So all in all, the body of these binoculars feels really nice. They're nicely balanced. The rubber arming on the outside, I don't know if you can see on the video, it feels quite thick, but at the same time it is really hard. The advantage of this over the softer rubbers is that it's definitely going to be a lot longer lasting and harder wearing. Some of the softer rubber that I see on some binoculars, they have been known to sort of perish over time, whereas I think this will be much harder and longer lasting than the softer rubbers. The downside to that obviously is you just don't get as much, as quite a good level of grip as you do on the softer rubbers, and also obviously you get a little less impact protection from a harder rubber like this. The eyepiece housings and the Eyecups themselves are of a very high quality on these Snypex binoculars. As you can see, they have a really nice twist-up mechanism. There's no unwanted movement or free play or anything like that. And as you can sort of see below here, the actual housing itself is made of a metal. Quite a few binoculars these days will have plastic eyepiece housings, which are obviously nowhere near as robust as a metallic one, although they are lighter. That's the advantage of a plastic one. The eye cups themselves have a really nice wide diameter, making them quite nice and comfortable when you put them against your face. Even though that this protective rubber covering over here is quite hard, I still find them to be reasonably comfortable. As you can see, the twist-up mechanism over here has a sort of a three-phase click-stop mechanism, in that you can have it fully retracted, which is what many people would use if you wear glasses or something like that. A midpoint, which a click stop over there, which just adds a bit of flexibility, or as most people will have it, sort of fully extended, should you not wear glasses, to get your eyes at exactly the right position behind the ocular lenses to get the full field of view. Another point I'd like to quickly mention over here, as you can sort of see, is that actual eyepiece housing can actually be unscrewed and removed. Now, this is often quite a good sign of quality on a pair of binoculars, in that most binoculars, especially lower priced ones, you cannot do this. And because this is one of the most common areas of binocular that gets damaged when you drop them, and it's quite nice that these can be removed, so replacement parts would be quite easy to obtain and then replace on your pair of binoculars quite easily. The Diopter Adjustment ring is located just under the right eyepiece in the usual position. What I do like about these ones here is it's a metallic ring, rather than plastic, which again you quite often see on many binoculars these days. And I don't know if you can hear, if I just turn it here, you can hear it has a ratchet system, which even though they aren't, this isn't lockable. Some of the best ones will have a locking mechanism, just so that once you've set up the binoculars for your eyesight, you can lock it in position and it won't move by accident. So even though these aren't lockable, the ratchet mechanism and just the right amount of friction to movement should mean that whatever setting you have, it's likely, it's very unlikely that it's going to get moved by accident. One of the features that have been upgraded on these, the newer version of the Snypex 90D binoculars, is the addition of a fully metallic focus wheel. And this is something that I really do like. The old version, and like most binoculars, oops, it's just starting to rain right now. Anyway, hopefully I can finish this. The old version had a plastic focus wheel, like most binoculars. Which is fine, and they worked well enough, but it just lacked a little bit of class, especially at a binocular, a high-end binocular like these. It's nice that this metal focus wheel just sets the binocular off. And what is more, it has these really nice jagged ridges around the edge of the wheel itself, around the circumference. Now, for the most part, this it obviously adds a really good level of grip. For the most part, this won't be that important, but as you can see, I'm wearing gloves. On a cold day like today, if you were out and you're really cold hands, just being able to have a non-slip contact with the focus wheel, it can become really important, just so that you can adjust the focus really easy and really accurately, without any issues at all. The other point to mention about the focus wheel is the mechanism itself is really smooth. I mean, there's quite a lot of friction to movement, but it's not too much to make turning too hard. And to be honest, to have it this way around is far better than having it too loose, where it turns too easily and it can turn by accident. To change the distance between the two ocular lenses to match the distance between your eyes, or the IPD setting, you simply open and close the central hinge, as you do almost with every binocular. Once again, this is an open bridge design on these binoculars, so you actually have two hinges over here. The hinges themselves, there's no free play, you know, it looks really robust, and there's no movement or anything that you wouldn't want, and there's just enough friction there to make sure that whatever setting is desirable for you, it will remain in that position. These Snypex Night ED binoculars are tripod adaptable, and what I mean by that is this dust cap located in between the bridge on the front and the one in the rear actually can be unscrewed like so. It's a bit tricky on these. Can be unscrewed, as you can see it comes out there, and that leaves a thread over there which will accept pretty much any standard tripod adapter. You simply screw into it like that, and then you would actually attach the adapter to the head of your tripod. As I said, the rear one can also be unscrewed, which has the same size thread in it, but obviously if you're going to use that, you're going to have a pretty small tripod adapter to fit inside there. This particular model wouldn't fit in this instance. In some cases it would be actually quite nice to have it fit to the second one, just because you would get a better balance on your actual tripod for a steadier view. I really like the neck strap that the Snypex neck strap that comes with these binoculars. On the whole, it's of a really good quality, as you can see. The stitching is really good. The padded section itself, as you can see on the video hopefully, it's just slightly curved, so that it fits around your neck and shoulders just that bit better, so that for added comfort. The padding itself is nice and thick, you can see over here, and underneath it has this sort of non-slip neoprene type material, which is slightly elasticated, and then underneath, as I said here, the grippy sort of surface over here just grips around your neck and shoulders, just so that the actual strap and the binoculars don't slide up and down around your neck too much. So that part of them is really good. The connectors, which connect the sort of the main padded section to the strap, has once again really good sewing on it and threading, and so it shouldn't come apart sort of ever and break apart as I have seen on some of cheaper binoculars. The strap itself is nice and thick. This cord it's over here, and as you can see, fits to the binocular in the usual way, through the loops on the side of the binocular and back on itself, and through a slider, just so that you can adjust the length of the strap to suit your needs. One point that I really like, and is well worth highlighting, is this quick release clip over here. As you can see, once you've attached the binoculars, the strap to your binoculars, should you wish to remove the padded section, you just literally unclip the clip on this end, and you can unclip the other end like this. And the really nice part is they've remembered to put the male and female parts the opposite to each other, just so you can clip it together again like this, and there you have a short little hand strap, making your binoculars far less cluttered, but still really secure for you to carry around when out in the field. It's a really small thing, well, perhaps not that small, but it's a really good sign to the attention of detail that Snypex have shown in their product, and something that I personally really do like. The carry case that comes with these Snypex binoculars is of an excellent quality. As you can see, it's a semi-rigid, or even I'd call it a rigid construction, which obviously offers a far higher level of protection than the majority of binoculars that come with soft carry cases. Actually, before we talk about the interior, let's just quickly look at the outside. As you can see over here, it has a sort of slip type elasticated pocket, which is a great place for keeping certain things, like perhaps you've got some money or something out in the field, some personal items, to just slip at the front of the bag over like that. On the back of the bag, as you can see, whilst they don't come with its own strap, it does have this very small belt loop, which you could use, I guess, to fix to your belt. Hold on. Yeah, it does go through, but it would have to be quite a thin belt to do so. But what they have included is this little quick release strap over here, it's quite a small strap. It's unpadded, but it's quite easily, you can just fix it to the back of here and carry the bag in this way should you wish. We open the bag itself. As you can see, access to the interior is via this double zip system. Very secure, is obviously not going to open very easily by accident, and your binoculars fall out when you don't want them to. And inside the bag, as you can see over here, in the top compartment, it has an elasticated a separate pocket. Once again, a great place for keeping things like a cleaning cloth, and other personal items. And then, as you can see over here, it does have these two Velcro things, just so that should you not want the actual case to flip open completely, you can put them together, and that will prevent the bag from opening up completely. The case itself, the binoculars fit, as you can see, really nicely within the inside the case. I've got the lens covers on over here and the eye cups fully twisted up, and you can still close the bag, just close it. I mean, it's a tight fit, but it's still quite, as you can see, quite easy to put inside the bag and then zip up. That is one thing that I really do like, because it really annoys me when you have to twist down the eye cups every time you want to return your binoculars to its carry case. Yeah, so all in all, a really nice carry case. It's finished off really nicely with their logo, really high quality, and definitely one of the better ones out there. One quick point I would quickly like to mention about this carry case, and I've just discovered it right now, is that whilst it's possible to store your binoculars in the case and quite easily close it with the neck strap hand section sort of attached, if you have the entire neck strap attached to the binocular, it is quite difficult to find a place or a way to get it compact enough to actually easily close the bag. It is possible, but you have to wiggle and jiggle it about a bit. So I did previously highlight how well they fitted. It is quite tight, so there will be bags out there that are a little easier to store your binoculars away than these. For the most part, if you don't store them with the neck strap, then this won't be an issue at all. But should you want to store them with your neck strap attached, it'll take just a little bit more time to pack them away. The included cleaning cloth is of a reasonably good quality. In fact, it's probably a better quality than the majority that I see included with binoculars. But even so, and it's perfectly fine for cleaning the outside of your binoculars, and I guess sort of the occasional use when out in the field on the lenses, but just very lightly. But as I said, I would still highly recommend that you still invest in a proper lens cleaning kit, just to maintain the lenses at their optimum sort of condition. That concludes my quick overview of the external features on these Snypex Night ED 8x42 binoculars. As I said at the start of the video, for the full review that goes over every single aspect of these binoculars, please just click on the link either on this video here or in the comment section below. That's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.